My favorite memory of my time at Apex has to be our first Apex Pride event, which was held right here in Hunter Street Park. Just several months after we moved here, the town council issued their first Pride Month proclamation, which was very significant. It was amazing to see that acknowledgement, but at the same time, there was an absence of celebration and support and resources. There wasn't a lot of connectivity in the LGBTQ community here. So together with a few friends, we decided to hold a small celebration, which we planned during the pandemic, and we were not a cohesive organization yet, so there was not funding, nor was there a lot of time. So within a couple weeks' time, we planned a picnic-style community event here at the shelter and utilizing the parking lot. We had a friend come down from Durham and play music. We had our local Schlotzky's donated some sandwiches, and my husband did art for the kids, and we just kind of spread it by word of mouth, hoping that we may have 100 or so people show up and give people a chance to meet each other. But we saw what is estimated to be between 2,000 and 2,500 people that day, which was just, it was amazing. It was a beautiful thing to watch transpire, and especially having youth here for the first time, I think really having a space in which they felt safe and affirmed. We spent the whole day here in the park, much longer than we anticipated, with a lot more people than we expected, and that by far, at least so far, is my favorite memory of our time here. Probably the most important memory I have of our time in Apex was our first day in Apex. We spent a couple of weeks first in Cary, looking at homes and neighborhoods and kind of checking out the area. But coming from James Island, Pawleys Island, South Carolina, very small communities, it was a little overwhelming and was missing that feeling of home. One of the realtors that we were working with asked if we had visited Apex yet, and although we were right down the street, it had not been on our radar at all. So she directed us the way, and this again was the first place we came to because the parks around in the area were really important to us with our children. We visited Hunter Street Park, actually played in the rain, and then walked the downtown area and had lunch at Salem Street Pub, and then checked out a couple of the neighborhoods. And it was unanimous between us and all of our children that this felt like home. Although Apex has grown exponentially, I know, it still has that small town feel where I think, you come to Apex and you see that people feel happy to live here and people seem more connected, and it still had that small town energy that we were hoping for. For us, I think it's just in general the community around us. We have amazing neighbors, amazing schools. When you come to a new area, especially with children, and you kind of have to start over with schools and teachers and friends and neighbors, that can be challenging. But in Apex for us, it wasn't. Everybody slid right into school and found their place amongst their peers. We've had great experiences in each area, whether it is work or neighbors in our own community or in our children's schools. And we came to Apex with children on every level of school, preschool, elementary, middle school, and high school. And so we've got to experience it all. And the experience has been very welcoming. The people are very friendly, and all of those things make it feel like home to us. One of the things that I love about Apex is its diversity. And I hope that as Apex continues to grow the way that it is, that it will continue to grow in that area, that it will continue to be diverse and will continue to be a welcoming and affirming and safe place for everyone. There's also a ton of physical and literal growth, and I hope that our town council and our future town councils will work in the best that they can to manage infrastructure and environmental impact as we go, so that Apex maintains its charm as well. Apex Pride, as I said, started as a picnic here in the park, and the overwhelming response that we had let us know that it was filling a deeper and bigger need than we probably even realized initially. We grew immediately the following year to a full-scale Pride Festival that is held the second Saturday of June each year on the Town Hall campus. Last year was our first full-scale festival with, I believe, 85 vendors and somewhere around 8,000 people in attendance from Apex and all of the surrounding areas. We just held our second event a couple weeks ago and estimated attendance at around 10 or 11,000. We had such a tremendous response from vendors and sponsors, businesses and organizations. We were able to grow that to include a lot more resources and nonprofit outreach for the community. We had, I believe, 120 vendors with a pretty long list of a waiting list as well for people who wanted to participate. So it's been a beautiful thing to watch how quickly it grows and how excited people are about it and how many people want to be involved in it. But we also don't want to lose that smaller community connection that we started with in the beginning. So this past winter, we also added a holiday celebration that we did between Thanksgiving and a traditional Christmas. And we hope to add an end of summer back to school event this fall as well when the weather cools off a little bit. We've not announced a date for that yet, but we definitely want to maintain those smaller community connections as well. During my time establishing and growing Apex Pride, we have worked with some other groups that are doing similar work in Cary and Morrisville, Fuquay and Holly Springs. And Apex is now established with our first PFLAG organization as well, which is a resource that is very important to that community. Working with Apex Pride has been probably one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done. And it has put me in a position to meet a lot of amazing people and connect with the community in a way that I wouldn't have otherwise had a chance to. The festival itself, we have 2 vendor lots where you will find nonprofit organizations as well as for-profit businesses and lots of artists and crafters and small businesses. We have a food truck lot as well as dessert and coffee trucks, and then of course our teen and kids zone too. So there's always lots of children's activities, drag story time, inflatables. This year we had face painting and balloons. So always lots of things to engage the children as well.